Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jenna and I am a full-time fashion and clothing reseller on the Poshmark app. I also sell on eBay and I talk a lot about my reselling and just life journey on my Instagram, which is at EMPTYHANGER. So thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I'm going to be talking about something that people have a lot of questions about, and that is pricing. How much should I price my items at? What do you price your items at? How do you make that decision? Please give me pricing guidance. So I'm going to go through my steps and my actions that I take to determine pricing, what factors go into my decision. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I do when I am deciding what to price my item at is look up comps. And comps are basically comparables. It is what the item has sold for before on the same platform that you sell on a different platform. It just kind of helps you to gauge the interest in your item and also the perceived value of your item. So I'm going to use an example today, and I am using these Madewell jeans that I just recently purchased. So I have a pair of skinny Madewell high-rise jeans. They are super distressed and destroyed, and Madewell jeans are a great seller for me. I've sold them before, and what I like about them is they print the style number on the tag, so it's very easy to look up the actual name of a Madewell item. So I'm going to show you on the tag right now exactly what I'm talking about. So if you can see on there, there's a style number. It starts with an F. All you would do is Google Madewell and that style number, and then the exact name of this jean is going to pop up. So once I have the exact name of the jean, all I'm going to do is then go on the Poshmark app, search for that, and then I'm going to go to the sold selection to see what this style sold for. Now, it's important to uncheck the my size feature when you're searching on Poshmark, because you don't want to search for just your size. You want to search for all sizes just to get a general idea of kind of like the average price that these jeans are going to sell for. So what I'm going to do is just show you real quick on my phone exactly how I would pull it up on the app, and you can kind of get a visual reference for how I do that. So let's go ahead and look at it on my phone. Okay, I'm going to try and show you on the app how I search to find the item, the comp, and look up the pricing. So I just have Poshmark open, and I'm going to type in the item I am looking for in the search. So I'm looking for the Madewell high riser, and this is the item that I looked up earlier, the name of Rip and Repair. So I'm just going to search that. And then up comes a ton of Madewell listings, and when I go over, I'm going to select, as you can see, her size. My size is selected. I'm going to uncheck my size and hit apply. And now there's only one jean available of the specific one I'm looking for. It's a size 25, which is smaller than the one I have, and it's listed at $65, so that kind of gives you an idea of what they're being listed at. And then I also like to go over to where it says availability, and I'm going to select that. And I'm going to look at the sold items because I want to see how much they have sold for in the past. So this is all the same jean, and you can see they've sold for $58, $50, $60, $40, $50. So just scrolling through, I see one sold for $75. So it just gives you an idea of about the price that they sell for, and based on what's available and what they've sold for is how I make my decision as far as what I'm going to list it at. Okay, so now that you have looked and seen what the item has sold for before, you just want to quickly check as well how many of the actual item are available now. So when I looked up this item, I saw that only one was available, and I believe they are a different size than the pair that I have. Yes, it's a size smaller than the pair that I have now. So that means that this item is probably more in demand because there's no other ones listed on there. That will definitely be taken into consideration when I am listing my item. I will probably price it a little bit higher because there's no other ones available. I really have no competition. Other things that I take into mind when I'm pricing my item is the pictures. If I look and see that the other listings that sold have, you know, not the greatest pictures, I know mine are going to be bright, clear, focused, it's going to look really nice, I will sometimes price my item a little higher because I have better pictures, and that means that the perceived value, the condition, everything like that, the buyer's going to trust me more. Also, I have great feedback and ratings, so I think in my mind, I can price on a little bit on the higher end. But with that being said, I like to price competitively. I definitely want my items to sell. I don't like to sit on my items too long. Like, if something takes more than a few months to sell, that's probably too long for me. I don't have to sell it like the week that I get it, but you know, within the first couple of months, I like my items to move because I'm always shopping and I'm always finding new stuff to list, and I want to keep that inventory flowing and having new stuff on there for people to find. So definitely keep that in mind. You want to price competitively. You know, when we searched and we saw there was like a wide range of prices for these jeans. There was like anywhere from $30 to, I think I saw $75 being the highest, and that was a pair of used jeans for this exact style. So I'm going to price just slightly below the highest price since there are no other ones on there. I'm going to price mine at $70. So I will list this pair of jeans for $70 on Poshmark. And I do cross-post some of my inventory. Madewell jeans I will definitely cross-post over to eBay. And a question that I get asked a lot is, do you price differently on Poshmark and on eBay? The reason being that Poshmark has a fee of 20%, whereas eBay has their fee 9% plus the PayPal fee basically around 14%. So, you know, would I price lower over on eBay? And the answer is no. I price the exact same on Poshmark and on eBay, and the reason being that I am valuing my item at a certain price, and my expectation is set at the level that the buyer is going to pay that price. They don't know what fees I'm paying. Well, they might know if they're a savvy buyer, but they don't know the fees that I'm paying, you know, the time, the effort, the energy that I put in. It's still the same whether it be on one platform or the other. So I am going to price the exact same, and I've always done that, and I've never had a problem. I have items that sell for just as much on eBay that they would sell on Posh, or vice versa, and I don't cross-post everything. So those items that I really think are worth it, I want to get my money's worth for those items. So I will look up some of my items in different ways. Obviously I showed you how I look them up on Poshmark, and that's my main platform and where I list primarily. So that's typically where I go to see how much stuff sells for. I will also look at eBay, and especially if I have an item that is selling just on eBay, for example, a brand like Soft Surroundings, which I typically only list over on eBay, I am only going to search that on eBay. The same way, looking up sold listings to see how much it goes for. There is a very useful website I learned from a fellow Instagrammer, and it's called checkaflip.com. So if you go on checkaflip.com, you can search for the item you're looking for. You can search for it to be new or used, and what it does is it averages the sold listings. It also tells you the sell-through rate, so that can also give you an idea of what your item is going to sell for. Sometimes I will check that when I'm out at the thrift store shopping, but in my opinion, it's usually on the lower end, at least for the items that I sell, so I know I can usually get a little more than what is shown on checkaflip.com, but it's a great tool. And I definitely will check items while I'm out at the thrift store. Certain brands and styles that I sell over and over, like you guys know I love my Anthropologie, I love Free People. I kind of know in my head what those items are going to sell for and what I'm going to list them for, so I don't always look up those prices when I'm out at the thrift store. Most of my research I am going to do when I'm actually sitting down and listing. So when you sit down and list, look up your comps, and it definitely will give you an idea as far as pricing goes. If you guys want to know in my haul videos what I'm going to be pricing stuff at, let me know if that would be helpful. Leave me a comment down below and say, hey Jenna, I would love to see what price you're going to list that at, and I can definitely go through, and maybe that will give you some ideas of what you should be pricing items at. But you know, looking it up and seeing the current value online is definitely very helpful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.